Celeb Secrets is hanging out with Matt Stell today. It's called That Ain't Me No More. You talked a little bit about it, but can you maybe elaborate more on what the song's about and maybe the creative process, if you had any,
Sure.
credits
So,
in there as well?
Yeah, the song is about sort of like, in some ways, a silver lining, to a breakup or to a relationship ending. In that you ended up being a better person, but didn't do what you wanted it to do. Didn't get the girl back, which I thought was a really interesting twist on a pretty classic subject matter. Heartbreak, but then an interesting twist on it, both lyrically and kind of thematically. And I think that's really what hit me initially with that song. That tied in with the energy, with the melody, and things like that. And as far as it creatively, I wasn't a part of writing that song, but I was. I get to co-produce all of my stuff, and so we took that song in the studio and hung pretty close to what the demo was doing, the vibe of that, and just made kind of minimal tweaks here and there, to try to tell a story. But man, that song, when it came to me, was in a pretty awesome place. So a lot of it was just making sure we didn't mess it up.
Totally. And I know it is going to country radio on Monday. And, right when I listened to it, I was like, wow, this is the perfect radio hit. So how do you feel, that you're getting another song out there on the airwaves, and hopefully you could get another #1?
Well, I'm so excited to have another song, out into the world. New music, making new music, whether that's, writing and whatever, or producing it or whatever, just like putting new music out in the world is one of my favorite things. And yeah, I songs make me, my favorite songs and songs that I love make me feel a way that nothing else does. And so getting to put out new music, and, hopefully this song finds some ears that it's able to give that feeling to. And to me, that's why I want to do it in the first place. So really excited to have this song out into the world.
Totally. And looking at the stats, you have a collective of 360 million streams. You're the 7th new artist of all time to have back-to-back #1s. Like, is there any pressure going in with this new single where you're like, we had to make sure it was #1 potential?
I mean, yes and no. For me, it's like, just going back in my career so far, we put out a song independently into the world that ended up becoming a #1 song on country radio, because the song did a lot of the getting the ball rolling itself. So like I and we, in terms of my management and label, we believe in songs being the king and really the captain of the ship. So when you put out music that you believe in with a team that you believe in, I don't feel a lot of pressure there. Now, as the song starts to do its thing, I noticed this with Everywhere But On, our second single. The first thing, I had no idea what to expect or what was going on. But when Everywhere But On hit the radio, I didn't feel that initially. But then when the song starts to get top 10, top 5, and it's like, oh, okay, is it not? And there was a little bit of there was that kind of like pressure, wondering how the song is gonna do and if we're gonna ring the bell with it. And so there definitely is some of that. But honestly, being able to get to release music that I really believe in takes a lot of that like pressure off, because I know it's coming from a real genuine place with me, that it's just music that I love, and that's kind of the long and short of it.
And I know it's been out for a little bit. It came out earlier this month. Have you gotten maybe any like fan reactions, messages people have been sending you? How's the feedback with the song so far?
Yeah, I think the feedback has been really positive so far. I mean, I think that the folks that have heard it seem to dig it and seem to kind of get what the song is sort of doing, and which is great, for me to see folks responding to new music. So we're really encouraged by the early response. And just can't wait till it hits radio, so that so more people can hear it, because I'm really excited about it.
Now, would you say this is a taste of any new music that you're going to have coming out later this year? Like, what's down the pipeline for you?
Yeah, I would say that that's probably the case. As we sit right here, we didn't even know this song was going to be a single, even 6 weeks ago necessarily. It just kind of blew us away. So it's hard to forecast too much, but I do know that at some point this song is gonna live with the EP that we released last year, which has got some stuff on it that I love and I'm really proud of. So that this song will live with that, and then we'll probably pair that up with some new music. Yeah.
Totally. And we are Celeb Secrets. I feel like I have to ask you, are there maybe any behind the scenes secrets about the song or making the song that we really wouldn't know when we listen to it?
Well, one thing is how we had to do it pretty piecemeal because it was kind of in the height of the pandemic, and you're trying to be as safe as you can and follow all the protocols while still make some music. So we sort of I cut a lot of the music, a lot of that track, the master was done just like this, where we did kind of drums and the loop stuff sort of early on, and then we went over and did guitars after that, and it was a little bit piecemeal like that, which is a different way of working. I don't know that it's my favorite way, but it's definitely some way you can get stuff done when you need to, and for one track it worked just fine. So yeah, we did a lot of that through Zoom and one at a time, and then kind of put it all together at the end.
Oh my gosh, I love that. I did not know that this was all written over Zoom. That's really cool.
Well, produced over Zoom.
Produced over Zoom. Yeah, totally.